League of Legends has changed my life, and this is the story of what it did to me. I've played League for nearly a decade, and throughout this time I have been slain. I respawned several times by changing my perspective about the game and became a different person with a different existence, and it was all due to this game. The truth is, it might have also changed your life, but you just haven't realized it yet. When you think of League, what's the first thing that pops into your mind? Mine is toxicity. When I first started playing this game, although it wasn't as predominant, toxicity was a problem, and it still is today. Being young, my mind was obviously easier to influence, and due to frustrations and lack of winning games, I would also succumb to this path, ultimately getting more than 35 accounts banned throughout my time playing League of Legends. Not just that, but getting constantly exposed to death threats, family member disfigurements, disease wishing, and just ignorant behavior. One becomes in tune with their own surroundings. But in the last year, things changed. I changed. The whole dynamic of sheep mind-like individuals promoting and boosting toxicity in a game that is supposed to envelop teamwork just contradicts its whole existence. After seeing it happen in nearly every game I played, made me not only realize that spreading hate is the easy thing to do, but it's also the wrong thing to do. People, just like me, became too secure behind the screen and enveloped this sense of reality that they're above all beings, and suddenly they have this sense of authority to wish harm against each other with no consequences. The problem with toxicity is that there will never be an end to it, as long as humanity stands. But I've realized that I can choose my own reality, and thus can develop a way to better my own experience. Your experience is limited by your time. Just like any game, when you're a kid, you play this to have fun and build stronger friendships and to even escape reality. Whether it's school, a traumatic event, or even bad parenting. Games give us a sense of trust that we're spending our time doing something that we find joy in with no consequence. What we fail to realize is that due to our youthful nature, we just tend to replicate everything we see and ultimately bury our own graves by the time we find out what we're doing. Games in League of Legends are either a dopamine rush or a gigantic disappointment. Blaming outside sources like your teammates, like bad luck, or even lag, which ultimately leads us to flaming other people and also demoralizing ourselves. Feeling like this is just senseless and a waste of time. Forgetting that our experience playing a game should be to have fun, not a hateful, addictive relationship. League of Legends is addictive, and that's a fact. Every player, including me, that has played this game has felt like shit. There are people that play this game for 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours every day, and it's always a different experience. Sometimes we get high win streaks, which makes us feel amazingly happy, full of joy, empowered, and honestly, just on top of the world. Then, some other times, our teams just in the game, run down their lanes, and ultimately give us a bitter taste and a sense of lack of accomplishment. We ultimately relate more often to ending up in the same place from which we started when playing the game, which becomes addictive, and then we fight each other, which ruins our experience of a game. I've learned throughout this time playing League of Legends that no matter what happens to me when playing the game, I will always face good and bad people. And it's all decided by my ability to face this with either a raging and toxic approach or with a human-like acceptance of the chaotic nature of League of Legends and that I am better than this. Chaos reigns everywhere, and we can choose to live with it or die to it. Chaos is well known in League of Legends, but it's also rooted in our lives. A normal routine of going to work and having arrangements after that with meal hours with your loved ones and a small gap of time to do what you love, already pre-established by the concept of time which we humans create, is empowering. Having control over things makes us feel happy, not in an excessive way, but in a peaceful way. Control steers chaos away, making things peaceful and predictable. But League of Legends is never predictable. You log into the game and you tell yourself, today I'm actually going to try and enjoy this. Only to get death threats, people running your games down, losing LP to the point where even after 6 to 10 games, you've actually noticeably gone down and you feel consumed by the lack of motivation, lack of fulfillment and accomplishment, and are swallowed by this feeling of waste and regret. Ask yourself, when was the last time you were in control of the game? When was the last time you think you did everything in your power and you were actually rewarded by that? Chances are you might remember 1 or 2 instances, and for the vast majority of you watching, that's all you can think of. Just like in the book 12 Rules for Life, an antidote to chaos, we need to learn to live with this eminent and powerful force that will always drown us if we let it. Losing games and winning games should nearly be seen with the same view and embraced in the same way. I won 10 games in a row today. This is great. And I've lost 10 games in a row today. I guess this just happens. And I have to find a way to balance back. Are the best outcomes for this. So what will you do now? As for me, my story is still going, and I will still keep changing. I have learned to live. This is not just about a game, but a person's development. Every small action we do daily defines us for who we are, whether it's an addiction, a healthy habit, a false action or lie, or even fair judgment of one another. We are defined by what we do and what we develop. I've learned that this game, just like anything else in life, can teach you how to be a good human being, or ultimately become indulged in spreading hateful conduct, which will ultimately lead to you thinking, this is just normal, when in reality, it isn't. People just tend to normalize these things due to the common behaviors around them. But I've learned how to look beyond that and independently, not just in the game, but in life. League of Legends has taught me that you choose who you want to become, whether it's in a chat, in a game, or in a community, and that you have freedom to choose how you react to things around you, and so much more. A person will see you for being an amazing player of a game due to seeing a few videos of you playing such game, and another person will see you as a weird individual on the street because you are brave enough to demonstrate a bit of joy and happiness, which is unknown to many. But just remember, your experience is limited by your time. So make the best of what you have now and do that forever. Go outside and embrace the world for what it truly is. And you might just find a better experience, or at least you can build one. Thanks for watching this video about my gathering thoughts about how I change as a person whilst playing League of Legends. And if you're new to the game, I made a video covering the 8 problems that new players face when playing League of Legends. So please make sure to check it out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!